So, this is the Oz report for Saturday, the 6th of November 2021. And let's start with ICE, shall we? ICE has been impacted severely by CCP introducing more ICE into the system for the past few months. They had a big patch. It was a big announcement. It was clear what that would do. You can see ICE prices just absolutely crashing over the past few months. The thing though is that whenever you look at any big market reaction in ETH, most of the time you see an overreaction at first and then a kind of smoothing out over the next few weeks. And that's what I'm looking for here as well. If you look at most of these, they are returning back to end of last year kind of level. If you look at strontium cloth rates, they actually dipped way below, and also nitrogen isotopes, they also dipped way below. To me, that would be an indicator of an overreaction. So I would definitely recommend a buy on those two. But even the other ones, if you look at where they are, a lot of them have now hit a bottom and are slowly evening out and maybe even turning around. If we look at my trading tool, you can actually look at the trend on all of them. It's been fairly positive all week, continuously. And specifically, if you look at two of these items, the nitrogen isotopes and the helium isotopes here, those two are not very available in the market. So they only have 3 trade days left in the market. So those two could also be a good indicator for a good buy opportunity. So overall, ICE is where I turn my attention this week, and ICE is where I invest a lot of my money this week. Now let's talk a little bit about boosters. You guys know I love investing in agency boosters because agency boosters get released for events and then they crash in price and then they slowly rise again. So that's a trader's dream. 2 boosters of the more popular kind that have dropped a lot in price and are thus good buy opportunities are the hardshell dose 4s. You can see them right here. They have dropped on the buy side back to 28 million. That's fantastic. And the overclocker dose 2. They have a very, very cheap sub 3 million buy price right now on a multi-billion a day trading item. So those two are definitely good buy opportunities right now. Overall, with agency drugs, trade them all day. You can always make money on them. They are absolutely fantastic. Let's talk about Deadspace items, another group of items that I love trading in. The reason that Deadspace items, and I repeat myself here from previous episodes and from my stream, but the reason these are so great is because people loot them from PvE, and then a lot of people don't have the patience to actually sell them via sell orders on the market. Instead, they dump them on buy orders, and that's where we as traders come in and we snatch them up and then sell them at sell orders, where people, again, this is a very popular, these are very popular modules. A lot of them are multi-billion ISK markets every day. So people fitting ships will buy these from sell orders as opposed to people trying to sell that loot, who often sell them to buy orders. So here, this margin is where we ride. And so I love things like the Centum C-type medium remote armor repairer that has dipped far below the typical price here on the buy side at 27 million. So these are great investments right here. Some others that are interesting right now, Corellum B-type 50 MN micro warp drive. They were trading quite low and had a turnaround, so look at those. And the Gist A-type and C-type large shield boosters, they are overall trading low and are starting their own raffles. So really like that. Python C-type medium remote shield booster. That is great from a different perspective, just because this a lot of times has a fantastic inherent margin. If you look at here, a very steady volume, high volume item. The sell price is often spikes, and even right now, if you look at this, the margin that you see here often is 10% or higher, and not considering any of the spikes. So another item that I like to trade in. Let's have a look at ships. We have, in terms of events, we have a 2v2 cruiser battle going on event. But anytime you have a 2v2 instead of a single queuable event, the popularity is going to drop extremely, because we all know that EVE players don't have friends. And so a queue of 2 is already, in terms of a hurdle, it's too big for most people. So this actually hasn't driven the prices of cruisers much at all. If anything, you're looking at Caracal's a little bit of a boost. Stabber rose a little bit. You can see a little bit of a spike there, and the Vexor also a little bit of a spike. But those three are the only ones that moved. No cruisers moved in price more than 10% due to this event, and that shows you how just unpopular it is. All right. Last but not least, let's look at 3 other items that I find interesting this week. Shadow Serpentis tracking computers. They have just dropped very, very low on the buy side. This is a quite a popular item, very steady, 20 to 30 traded every day. And it's 100 million items, so 2 to 3 billion traded every day. You can see here the inherent margin is 15%. It's a great trading opportunity on the low side right now. So if you can snatch these up for 98 million, which you can, because the buy and sell order distribution is quite even here, as you can see by the graph, then definitely do so. Good buying opportunity here. Unstable entropic radiation sink mutaplasmids. You can see here I'm trying to buy these. You can see my order on the screen there, because they have dropped in price so significantly. Entropic radiation sinks aren't popular as it is right now, but the popularity and the demand will come back at some point, and that's why I am buying these. And similar, the Velis heavy entropic disintegrators. It's not that the sell price right now is at 84 million, and this thing right here is actually is okay, considering the current prices of the input materials, mostly abyssal materials. Of course, that is going to rise when and if and when abyssal materials come back. But the attention really should be on the buy price, because 73 million is incredibly cheap. And that reminds me, I forgot to talk about some ships here in the ship category that I had on the list. One is the Damavik and the Kikimora. The Damavik is actually on the buy side, sub 20 million. Guys, snatch up some Damaviks. This is a great opportunity. That's below build price right now, and the build price is low at the moment. And same with the Kikimora, sub 40 million. Kikimoras is always a good deal, because again, you have that double chance of actually increasing. Not only is the price cheap on the buy side, but also the input materials are at historically low values. So there's only really one way, and that is up for input materials, and therefore the final ships as well. Finally, let's finish off with the Drake. The Drake it's just cheap overall. It's trading basically almost at build price. But the more interesting thing is the Drake Navy issue. The Drake Navy issue has been very, very popular. The trade volume is up, and at the current price, it's a very, very bad trade at the LP store. So I would expect that price to go up from where we're at. And last but not least, the Tornado, very, very popular recently, and trading, and it's trading on the buy side, very close to or below the build price. So if you can snatch up some tornadoes, which I have been able to at 62 million, then by all means do so. All right, we're going to return to the regular stream. That was the Oz report for November 6, 2021. See you guys next week.